Peace, 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 peace. It's me, Furious Black. These videos is to put you into context with reality. Um, I can show you. I try to show you um, information that is parallel or gives light to the world that we're in. Most of us Moors and Israelites don't see the actual world that we're in. It's a sad thing. You know, we say we don't trust we don't trust Europeans. We say that, but then we go to their colleges, we join their Greek fraternities, we join their secret societies, Prince Hall Masons, different things like that. But we never get the full totality of the picture. And then we like to point the finger. So I like to put us into context, right? Because you have to know what the other nations are doing in order for you to maneuver yourself as a nation. You can't just worry about yourself. You know, in any war plan, not saying we're at war, in any war plan, you have to know your enemy. You have to. You can't just say, oh, we're at war and we're just going to do it like this and not know what your enemy is capable of or is doing. It makes no sense. So let's watch a little bit of Glenn Beck real quick.
But that's my job. I just want to recap before we move forward. If you've listened for a long time, you know I warned New Yorkers on WABC that bodies, blood, and buildings would be in the streets of Manhattan, and the mastermind would be Osama bin Laden, and I said that in 99. The financial crisis of '08 didn't surprise you because I warned in strongest terms beginning in '06. I told you the Fed would print money eventually, our credit would be downgraded, and the Fed would eventually buy all of our debt. That was crazy. They're doing it now.
So it's conservative radio, conservative people that are trying to shed light on the problems so that we can fix them. That's why you shed light on stuff, not because you're a conspiracy theorist or you're crazy or you don't know what you're talking about.
The Arab Spring, I warned, would be the catalyst for a caliphate. Turned out to be called ISIS. I was mocked for that before ISIS. I told you we were even funding and arming them through Benghazi. Nobody else told you that. In 2010, I began telling you the unrest would sweep into Europe and eventually make it to our shores, where the communists, socialists, anarchists, and Islamists would all work together to destabilize America and the Western world. That one day the coming insurrection would be put right here on the streets to intimidate the...
What is the insurrection? Why are they revolting? Because black people are being killed? Well, I mean, we had 8 years of Obama. He could have wrote executive orders that stopped the 3-strike rule, that funded colleges, designated black communities or Moorish and Israelite communities as historical landmarks, because the people that were here first live in these places. He could have did that. So why is there insurrection? Stuff that the Democrats are now saying is wrong. Why haven't they been condemning it?
Cause chaos in our cities, and the hatreds of the 1930s would become reality once again. I told you about the labor union's role in the past and what we're seeing now on the streets. I told you about the Bubba effect, which we experienced this weekend in Portland, Chicago, and Wisconsin. I told you we were passing all of the exits, and eventually trust would implode to a point where we wouldn't know who to believe. Trust would be absent in the list of government, media, tech, finance, justice, cops, corporations, unions, EDU. We together have warned our neighbors that our history is being lost. Not exactly lost, more destroyed, stolen, erased.
And he's not even talking about our history as Moors and Israelites. He's talking about his own. So imagine what they've done to our history if they're now going after these Europeans' history in order to control them as well. Right? Because they controlling our neighborhoods, right? They're saying most of the protesters are not even black, not even Moors. It's all these Europeans, white people from Germany, from Russia. What are they doing? Why are they doing this? Key things to look at. It's about putting things into context. It's about watching Satan fight Satan. Black Lives Matter yelling, white people yelling at other white people about Black Lives Matter with no black people anywhere to be found. We live in interesting times.
And we had to do everything we could to plant it deep into the hearts of our children. But it would become increasingly difficult because of the systems and the attitudes that produced things like Common Core. You're not surprised by the tech takeover of free speech, or their surveillance, or the latest displacement of jobs, even now because of COVID, as cities begin to collapse due to tech changing our world. You won't be surprised if you listen to this show when the banks close to reset and open with a new currency, because the dollar eventually will be worthless.
So, he just brought up the money. What did Baller Alert just put out? They put this out 3 days ago. Feds unveil plan to let inflation rise. Cost of food and gas will increase, and interest rates will stay lower, longer. So, what are they saying here? Shit is about to get crazy. That's what they're saying. You're not gonna get more money from your job, but the things that you're buying is gonna cost more. Your rent's gonna go up. Your food's gonna go up. This is the key right here. Gas. Right? If it's gas, that means electricity and other things like that are gonna go up too. You understand? Electricity, lights, things like that, gonna go up because it's gonna take more money for them. We're out of time, man. It's about putting things back into context.
I've been mocked and ridiculed, and
haven't we all that's been trying to tell the truth?
At every step told to shut up, to not warn you, that it would destroy what little reputation I had left after Soros and Media Matters ravaged my name, but that's okay. This isn't my job. I believe this is my calling, and I'm unfortunately not here to fix things, because I've tried. I'm not here to give you political analysis. I'm here to tell you who to vote, because that doesn't work. It's not good. That's me. What I'm here to do is sound the trumpet, to warn you of what is just over the horizon that no one else will tell you. It's not a fun job, but like the role you play or will play in the coming days, weeks, years, it's a role that is a small piece in a very big puzzle, but all pieces need to be on the table. And it's a puzzle that man has watched snapped into place for thousands of years. And it's that puzzle that I want to talk to you about. Somewhere in the back of your mind, if you're a living, thinking, breathing being, and I don't mean just on the right, I mean on the left too, you know that things aren't okay. They aren't normal. Many of us have this feeling we're headed towards something not good. It's natural. For something as precious as freedom and liberty, there's a high price tag on that. And when you actually possess it, it makes sense that there would be some sort of warning or alarm bell on it that would go off when our rights are being stolen. What is it? It's a fuzzy picture, I think, for a lot of people, but I want to help point out some solid lines around it so you can get a sense of exactly what it is. But right now you're feeling that maybe we're controlled by liars, whether those liars are politicians and journalists or strangely other politicians and journalists. Maybe you feel like our churches are impotent and lost their way. Our schools have become indoctrination camps, focused more on the teacher's interpretation of morality instead of math and writing.
See, we allowed people to obsess over the wrong things, like your own interpretation of morality under communism and Marxism. One of the leaders of Black Lives Matter said that they study, or she's a proficient in Marxism. So what is she saying? What is that? What is this? So now the Hermetic principles, the 10 commandments, the 42 laws of Ma'at, none of this equates to morality? Oh, men can be women and women can be men, and pedophiles is a sexual orientation. None of this stuff is mental disorders, right? You want to cut off your penis? You want to dig? Listen, man. Let's listen to some more.
Even religious schools now are teaching the interpretation of the morals of the state or the teachers' union rather than that of God, the church, or religion. You might feel that justice today is liquid, that there is no equal or blind justice. Prosecution now starts in the media, and what follows in the courts is a result of that pretrial. Innocent are persecuted, and criminals are released to walk among us. Maybe you see the institution of the family that we've known for thousands of years falling apart into a hookup world where relations...
Mind you, he's only talking about his people. He ain't talking about the decades of them separating our families, putting our men in jail, putting our women on welfare, making sure that you can only get government assistance if a man isn't in the house. Mind you, he ain't talking about that. He's talking about his own. So why wouldn't we talk about our own and talk about the uplifting of our own and how we working together benefits our own? See, we can't allow other people to tell us how to look at these things. That's what we're doing. We're allowing other people to tell us how to perceive what they're doing to us. No bueno, you heard? No good. It's no good. It's no good.
Relationships are a left or right swipe. Porn is mainstream.
Facts.
Single women freeze their eggs for later, and children are now a community's responsibility rather than a parent's. A lot of people don't feel they're in control of their country anymore. Maybe you don't feel like you're in control of even your own destiny anymore.
Facts.
You might feel like it doesn't matter who gets elected anymore. The best they can do is help the pieces fall more slowly. I think that's what Trump is doing.
We've been inundated with evil for so long. For so long, we don't even realize when somebody's trying to benefit us. We just don't.
And I think that's a good thing. I believe he is doing his best to help gird the foundations of this nation. But the malady we suffer is not one that can be fixed by one man alone or a politician. If you felt any of these things, I want you to know this. A, you're right. It's not your imagination. Whether you're on the left or the right, it's not your imagination. Something's very wrong.
Facts. All right. Let's go look at some Kanye stuff real quick. Kanye says some interesting things that he was persecuted for. And we can't allow others to tell us what we can and can't say. All right, let's look at this.
I buy all the paparazzi companies. I want to pick the exact photo.
This is billionaire talk right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to get the exact. It's always been an idea of mine. I said, man, I should just purchase the paparazzi companies.
I'm pretty sure TMZ is for sale.
Man, in America, everything is for sale except for our souls.
Come on now.
And it's location. Now, people talk about location on some. You thinking I'm saying like you should spend. Look, so the idea of life. There's some harsh facts that deal with the black genocide that is abortion.
All right, let me say something real quick. Moors love to say you can't say we're black because it's a status, right? But it's only a status within the Christian black codes. And if you don't adhere to the Christian black codes, are you under that? Right? If a person from India comes over here and I call them Oriental or Chinese and, they don't respond to it. Are they that thing? You see? So we can't allow others to dictate how we speak, but we can dictate how we are perceived by others when we speak. You understand?
And it's happening every day. And right now, God has given me the information, and he ain't gave me no other information other than this information. Right. And we have this right now. So that means he wants me to say this now. If God didn't want me to run on stage and say Beyonce had the best video, he would have sat me in the front row. I would have been sitting in the back. They wouldn't have made it the first award. And wouldn't have made it so ridiculous of an idea because I had never heard of this person before. And this Single Ladies is like one of the greatest videos of all time.
So you spoke your mind. You spoke your truth.
I was only drinking Hennessy.
I was about to say you had a bottle of Hennessy.
Because I didn't want to go to the award show because it was a setup.
Right.
Now, okay, so now let's get to life. In 50 years, there's been 22 million, over 22,500,000 black people aborted strategically and on purpose. Planned Parenthood was set up and placed in minority communities to kill black people.
You're talking about when Margaret Sanger, the originator of Planned Parenthood at the time, because a lot of people, when you say things like that,
context. See, people want you to give them every single bullet point proving what you're saying. Us showing you historical evidence of organizations being built, Margaret Sanger, Bill Gates' father, being the heads of these things, Bill Gates talking about depopulating the world because there's too many people, and then all of a sudden he has vaccines. He's charged in India and Africa for giving vaccines that was killing people. People want more than that as evidence of something, which is utterly ridiculous.
In their defense, they say, well, Planned Parenthood today is a different organization. But what you
Here we go.
But what
Margaret
you cannot
Sanger.
deny is these facts that Ye is about to give you right now.
Here we go. Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, was an avowed racist whose goal was to reduce the black population in America, and she succeeded. 80% of abortion clinics.
Bill Gates' father helped this woman bring this into fruition. I'm not done yet.
In America are in minority neighborhoods. Over 22,500,000 black babies have been aborted in 50 years. Over 1,000 black babies are aborted every day. So that means we are inside of it as we speak.
This is genocide. So wait,
We are in.
So when JFK was talking about being infiltrated, when Eisenhower, or it was another president, I can't remember his name right now, he talked about the military industrial complex. They're giving you the historical context. They're giving you who is doing it. Are they saying the names outright? No. I'm going to give you the names. But are they saying the names outright? No. No. So let's look at this lady.
Well, thank you so much. It's great to be back in Houston with so many friends and to have an opportunity to participate.
Is this not her? Yeah, I spelled it wrong. Well, I didn't spell that, but is this not her? Is this not this lady? Hillary Clinton? Come on, man.
In the Planned Parenthood annual meeting. I have to tell you that it was a great privilege when I was told that I would receive this award. I admire Margaret Sanger enormously.
What?
Her courage, her tenacity, enormously. Margaret Sanger enormously.
What?
I admire Margaret Sanger enormously.
What?
Admire Margaret Sanger enormously. Her courage, her tenacity, her vision. Another of my great friends, Ellen Chesler, is here, who wrote a magnificent biography of Margaret Sanger called Woman of Valor. And when I think about what she did all those years ago in Brooklyn, taking on archetypes, taking on attitudes and accusations flowing from all directions, I am really in awe of her. And there are a lot of lessons that we can learn from her life and from the cause she launched and fought for and sacrificed so greatly.
Like, come on, man. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Do you believe in sin? When I say believe, I don't mean to believe in committing sin. Do you believe there is such a thing as sin?
Well, I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world that have disease from their parents, that have no chance in the world to be a human being, practically. Delinquents, prisoners, all sorts of things just marked when they're born. That, to me, is the greatest sin that people can.
So she's saying we're just diseased beings. Communism is a philosophical, social, political, economic ideology and movement whose limit ultimate goal is the establishment of communist society, namely social economic order structured upon the idea of common ownership of the means of production as the absence of social classes, money, and state. Communism includes a various of schools of thought. This is where they get you. It has so many things that lead into the overall goal of communism. You ever seen that umbrella? There's a picture of an umbrella, and then it has words at the bottom, the middle, and halfway to the top, and then the top. Well, communism is the umbrella of socialism, Marxism, and stuff like that, which broadly include Marxism and anarcho-communism, as well as political ideologies grouped around both, all of which share the analysis that the current order of society stems from capitalism. Capitalism, I'm not gonna get into that. So let's go down. The Nazis were communists. Maybe I should have read this before I got on here. Communism is usually been distinguished from socialism. The modern definition and usage of the latter would be settled by the 1860s and becoming predominant term over the words associations, co-optive, and mutualist, which have previously been used as synonymous. So, synonymous. Anybody talking about socialism is talking about communism. Bernie Sanders, AOC, that other lady, the other two ladies, they're synonymous. So, this is what we're talking about. This is what he's talking about. This is what he's talking about. This is what she's talking about. Communism. Communism. This is what these people are talking about. Look where it comes from. Look where it comes from. Early communism. I'm just pointing out this because this is what it got here. But this is how it moved, though. They was in Georgia, Russia. That's where Esau was. I'm not gonna get into all of that right now. But that's where they was. First emerged in ancient Greece. Why? Because they came from over here. They came from over here, went this way. This is how it works. Hide the history so you don't know what we're doing out here, bro. Hide the history so you don't know what we doing. This is where they was, bro. We were all here. This is where we was. Here. All here. Here. Over here. 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 Up here. We was never over here. We was some over here, but never over here. We playing games, man. Playing games with who we are. So these people came over in Operation Paperclip. That's why I said, listen, man. Hold on, let me get this real quick, because what? Why is that girl showing up on my shit? Look at this. American and Aboriginal, or one of the various copper-colored natives found on the American continent. This comes from a dictionary. This is what this is. Comes from a dictionary. These people brought these people Germany, leaders of the Nazi Party, brought these people, communists, over here. They brought these people over here to overcome us, to take over where we at. Dark complexioned people, American, copper-colored races, black or more, dark-skinned persons. Why were we on the money? Even in Barbados, we were on the money. What's up? What are we talking about? Hebrew, a member of the Semitic peoples inhabiting ancient Palestine and claimed descends from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Israelite, Semitic language of the Afro-Asiatic family. I didn't convert to anything. I reclaimed who I was. So this is who he's talking about, Margaret Sanger. This is who she's talking about, Margaret Sanger. This is who he's talking about when he was talking about all this. He's talking about communism, Nazis. They've been here, been doing foul shit, been doing it. They hide all our history, but I'm crazy. I'm saying ridiculous things. But you ain't did no research for yourself. Remember, this is coming. This is coming because that's how these people operate. That's how these people operate. I'm about to start getting into the whole stuff with Trump and the presidency and the news, what's going on now. I feel like we're kind of up to date. I had to show you my level of awareness on this situation before I take it to the next level, which is talking about current news. I mean, this is kind of current. This was yesterday, but come on, man. Let me see what else he's saying.
2. You're not alone. You are not the only one feeling this.
Boom. And on that note, man, I'm Furious Black. Please like, subscribe. Oh, this is what I want to say before I go. I'm in Orlando. I'm in Florida. I think we need to be able to come together and sit down, study laws, study ancient historical books, and come to our own agreement of who and how we want to maneuver in the state of Orlando as these people, as Moors, as Israelites. That's what we have to do. We have to sit down and talk about what's the next steps. There ain't nobody gonna come and do it for us. So this is my plea to you guys. You know what I'm saying? If you have any questions, or if you want to link up, or if you are in Florida and you want to build, please DM me, comment, hit my IG, hit my Facebook. I'm out here, man. I'm out here. I'm ready. We all should be ready, to be honest. We all should be ready. You know, we all should be ready. You know? Alright, so. Oh, wait. Hold on. Before I go, you know what I'm saying? Because for some reason, we think this shit is a goddamn game. We think it's a goddamn game. Everybody playing but nobody playing but us. Look at this. Disney owned by these people. Owned by these people. These people are connected to China. These people own all of this. Look at this. Communism is ran by the Jewish people. And if you think it's a joke, you're going to find out today. You heard? All right, with that, please like, subscribe, and share the videos. You know what I'm saying? Peace.